Hi Nancy, welcome
Hi.
to our first session. So, before kicking start, I just want to know none of the basics like what's your background and what you're looking for. I mean, the way.
Uh, hey, I basically I have done a BTech in
Oh, good.
electronics and communication, and I
Mm-hmm.
worked in I worked in India around 5 years in a as a product manager.
Oh,
So like
good.
I know the technical, but for QA and all this is totally new for me. So
Mm-hmm.
right now
Mm-hmm.
I applied my visa here,
Mm-hmm.
H1B, and I
Okay.
need to look for a job in
Okay.
within a month. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
so I choose this profile QA
Okay.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking into. I need to go through the interviews and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely new to this, so I want everything. So just
Sure.
slow and
Mm-hmm.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Cool. So what I'll do, like, for starting right. So let me, what I'll try to make you understand is like, what is our course content, like how our course will move on, and basically what we have the content wise according to the market. It's very generic in nature. Okay. So
Oh,
let me take 5 to 10 minutes to go with the very basics to understand the course content, what will be there in each class, what are you going to learn, and what basically end of the day you're going to get it. So that's
okay.
I'm
And
going to run another five to
yeah,
ten minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Before we start, what's the duration of this class? Like a day.
Actually, we planned close to somewhere around 40 or something like that because this is both manual as well as automation.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, close to 40 hours, maybe 35 to 40 hours. It will
Okay.
depend again actually because if you are good at Java, you can really pick up the automation stuff very easily. But again, if you are not good at any programming knowledge, then I may need to go slowly according to the market.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Okay. Okay. So you have any programming knowledge and just basic something?
Basic,
Very
like in
basic.
college time, I have done C,
Okay.
C++, and
Mm-hmm.
like basically just for passing and like I didn't go to programming after in
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So what we will do now to start introducing Java also, I think it will take a longer time, maybe reach close to 50 or something like that. So what I plan is while doing automation, this is automation part really, okay? While doing
Okay.
automation, probably I'll take one class, just a basic about Java and what we should know, and we can do a lot of homework on that. Just
Yeah. Sure.
and work around
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
that
can.
will make more comfortable before we jump to the automation part. That's
Yeah.
the maybe after.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
give you 100%. Like you just give me like one class and the second day, whatever
Sure,
you.
sure, sure. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do it. Okay.
This may be, after 15 or 20 hours probably. We will take at least 15 hours for this. Okay. So you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Uh, okay. So I have a bit agenda over here. So it's something like a summary we're going to talk about and what will you guys going to learn. And before that, what is testing basically is very basic, and why testing is so important nowadays. And we also see syllabus, so what we're going to cover in the whole course content. And also we see live project kind of a demo. So then I can start easily. So we'll be knowing what exactly we are going to deliver as a QA. Okay. So in this class, what we planned is this is guys who don't have any knowledge on the testing side, right? So this is basic as well as advanced skills and the concept we are trying to bring to software testing this training. So basically here the lesson what we now going to teach, right, all are basically very close to a real time scenario. So where we work in the very early with the different teams and how testing goes from end to end. Okay, so this basically will give you the real time how really the company works on a given project. Okay,
Okay.
and also this is really designed for beginners as well with a little no testing experience. They can easily pick up the thing. Okay, so the next question is what I'm going to learn on this course. So what and all the technology or technology you want to teach us. So this training actually will teach software testing, the fundamental first, and testing types, test case development techniques, and test methodology. If you didn't catch now, what is this technique? What is methodology? It's fine for me. Probably these definitions are very high level definitions. May not get clear, at this end. But you should understand whenever I say testing, right? So there are something like fundamentals, testing types. How do you develop a test case? Yeah.
Can you speak a bit loudly? I'm not able to listen properly. Yeah.
One second, let me correct my. Okay, so it's clear now.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about something like now in this course, what you guys going to learn is like different testing types, test case development, or is there any testing techniques available to develop a test case, and the testing methodology. Okay. So you may not understand the definition as of now, but it's fine for me because we go slowly, then you might understand each and every component very well. Okay. So apart from this, what happens is like we need to implement or develop a test case using a couple of tools in the market. You might have heard there is a Curie, the quality center tool, is a very popular tool from Mercury, this one, the HV brought now. And also there are a couple of tools in the market that are very open source. When I say open source, it's a free tool. You can start, it's a free. It's basically a free. You can download. You can download and start installing your machine, and you can access. You can start writing a test case using the tool. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then also it comes like how do you track the bugs? Suppose there is a bug in a product. Then how are you going to track the bug? Basically, you have to report the bug, right? So reporting, I need some tool. Basically, most of the companies, what they do, they maintain an Excel template, Word template. They start filling the details and circulate across the company or different departments. So basically, what happens is not a good idea to do that. And I think even the company use UC as well as a Bugzilla. Again, Bugzilla is a free open source tool.
I have used it. Yeah, I know.
Cool.
Yeah,
then and apart from this, what we do is like we do end-to-end software testing on a live project. So actually, we have taken Orange HRM. The like Orange HRM is a source management project. Again is a free open source project. We can go there and start looking about the product, how it looks and all. And based on that, they're going to define or derive the test cases, techniques, methodology, what is called strategy, everything. And from there we start, end-to-end testing. So this happens only after 10 or 12 hours because we need to first strong in the fundamentals or types or test cases or whatever.
Sure.
Okay. So this is overall what you will be getting in this manual course. Okay. And that's what I covered. Okay. So when I say live Orange HRM demo, right? So basically it has a lot of phases. So you might have heard there is something like SDLC phase, like software development life cycle, or there is something like software testing life cycle. So once we get a requirement, how do you do a closure activity? That's the overall cycle. You can see in the diagram what we are getting is we get the first requirement and we do a planning. When I say planning, we got the test plan. Based on the test plan, we are going to derive the test case development. Okay, and then we do an environment setup, and then we do test execution and do a closure activity. This is a way all the companies nowadays follow. Or if it is in an agile model, right, it works quite different. Agile, right? So
yes,
we'll try to cover that also. We also work on a lot of agile sprint and also backlog. So if you want, you can discuss that later. But typically what happens, we get a requirement. Based on requirement, we do planning, test case development, we do environment setup, require execution and closure activity. So I'll show you one live thing, then you can really map it. What is the requirement, what is planning, what is there in planning basically, how your test case looks actually. Okay, so I have a couple of documents, probably will get more clarity.
You will share the documents too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because after that I can review it.
I'll share. Yeah, definitely. So I'll go with this this diagram. Basically, you can see requirement analysis, right? So I'll open up my first Word document. It's called as Orange RM FRS sample document. It's a basically functional requirement specification you call, or company call as requirement document or whatever. Okay, this is how it looks, and generally has some template basically template.
Yeah, like VRD and basically
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
products are.
Yeah. So, for example, you think we got requirement saying that we're going to develop a product that is something like a human resource project, and this is how it looks, the login page. Because in front of you, while developing a test case or planning, right, you never see any application in front of you because application is not yet developed at all. But this document is circulated across the team in the company, across the team. It can be any team. So this is how it looks, and basically, what the purpose of this document is to get involved in to develop something. If it is development team, they start setting up the logic and everything. They start do they have their own way to do. And if it's testing, we need to come up with our own test case and test plan. And basically, this is how each department will plan accordingly. So as a tester, as a peer team, once you got this document, you need to read thoroughly because this has around 22 pages. Probably I can't go with every 22. So I'll take one sample example.
Yeah, I got it. Basically, what we used to we use the product note. We make product note, then we give it to development. And also then once the tester needs to test this product, then the tester should have this note so that we can, a tester can see each and every part of this product note and test the product. Yeah, this basically, I was used to make this product note. Basically, I was in product.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the background you said, like when you work on product management, what was the role?
Basically, I was in product management. Basically, what I got the requirement from sales team. Then then I make basically it was a mobile. It was VAS products, value added services products. So we did the finally requirement. Once the final requirement gathered, then I make a product note basically and PRD2 like flow charts and all the stuff. Okay. Then I give it to development. Basically, very close work with development. Then development work accordingly like the flow chart and the what MIS requirement, all the stuff. Then basically I know these things, but I didn't work in these things. I know how to make the product note and technical stuff and all in between.
But what I was trying to communicate is that time you have background, probably you can easily catch it up. But essentially, they're not going to develop this. They're not going to develop. Let's say you are a business guy, you are a business guy. You work closely with, let's say, a project management team. They know the product, what to deliver to the customer, and they explain you something. And you actually came up with this screenshot and very technical details. What is the personal details? You can see what is the login agreement. So what QA will do is, I have a login page in front of me. So is that the idea of QA is to break the system. So basically it will be more fun actually. Don't think always in a positive way.
Basically we need to do the login and I also use this manual. I know like manually.
What this guy is saying is that he will say the use case according to the real time word. It says I have a login page. You say admin, it will log in. Okay, as a tester, if you think like this, you log in as admin, it will log in. That's a great check you do. But think something like that. I want to break this system. I want to break the system and put a lot of negative cases, and make sure the system doesn't work out. You need to be bypass that this logic, not basically logic, the functional or uses, it is not fit to use to the customer. If someone say admin1 and password admin, if it is logged into the application, it's a big threat actually. As a security wise, it's a threat. We're not supposed to login and there is a username and password are wrong. Correct, right? Take your Facebook, you log in with your valid credential, if it's not, then you will throw in a message. It's something like that. So because this product, right, so the developer will not think in all angle and he's not going to develop a software for users to the end of to the customer. Basically, it will go phase by phase, and down the line it will take a lot of time to get more maturity to the product as custom users or as QA or testing team will do lot of test case and execute and everything, right? It will get more maturity. If you take anything in this world, it's something like that, right? Suppose start preparing a noodle. They say 2 minutes noodle. You can take 10 minutes also to prepare a noodle.
Yeah, I know.
So it takes some maturity to reach that level actually. So in the same, the QA take this kind of document from any from the other departments, right, or business department. They need to understand the application first. You need to know the product. What is your whole product? So this is a login screen. I can keep my individual employee personal details. When I say personal details, probably I'll show the live application. I think somewhere up and down. This is again a free tool actually. That will get more. You get more idea once again. Yeah, you can search in the Google. I mean, if you say Orange HRM and there is a demo. Open source demo. Yeah, can you see the screen? Okay, I'll go to my Word document. Okay, what these business guys are telling that this is how your screen should look. Can you see the logo here? HR for all, and there is some orange logo, the login channel. And you see yellow GIN is a tab. Correct, right?
Yeah,
yellow GIN is a caption tab. Everything. So what basically tester should be is how it looks based on the requirement. He has to develop each and every minute level test. When I say minute level, it can be a spell check, it can be a comma, it can be a logo, the background color, foreground. You got it right, the icon, the way it looks, everything should be the same. If anything one deviates from this requirement, then this is a bug. Okay, so I'm not going to test it basically, and he's saying that login as admin and admin, and I'll click on login now, and you should be able to log into this app. So, yeah, I think I entered wrong password. Okay, let me check it on.
Maybe this is one.
This is open source, right? So sometimes some things may not work. So do one thing.
It's saying username A cap.
ADMIN, yeah, and small.
And small, yeah.
Oh. So looks like some problem. Can you try something? You can do that, right?
Yeah, I can do it. I need to go.
I'll ping you probably.
Yeah, just ping me.
Right, so.
Do you ping me? No.
Yeah, one second. Got it, right?
No, chat?
Yes, in chat.
Oh, no. I'm not able to see any, window.
Yeah, there is a chat, right? You should be able to see from a chat.
I need to, where I need to return? Okay, I need to go to return. Okay, yeah. Let me connect. No, it's saying invalid. Same.
Same, is it? Okay. So maybe some problem with okay. Okay, actually I took the another this one actually. There are a couple of things. One is something like enterprise, one professional, and open source. Looks like open source is not working for some reason. So we can check with the professional. So what I'll do, I'll just try to ping this URL too. Probably can try to.
I'm able to see this thing.
Right? Yeah. You can also try later. Later we want to maybe try, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how the application looks, and it says we have a couple of headers and footers over here, and there is admin. Really, admin can log in and do some admin stuff. There's a leave management, there's a time management, there's a recruitment, and there's a performance tracking.
Basically
KPIs. Yeah, basically the HR.
Mainly HR.
Yeah, HR. So now this application is given to testing team and start testing the product basically. Okay. So to do that, so what we do is I'll come back to my basic environment. So based on this requirement, right, we are going to derive the test cases. We're going to derive the test cases. Okay. So if you are good at writing a test case or deriving a test case, then it is very easy to test a product. But if you don't know the test cases, let's say there is no requirement or there are no test cases, and you want to test the app, test the product, still it's possible. But what we call that is ad hoc testing. You might have heard ad hoc testing. So when I say ad hoc, nothing is planned. Basically, the ad hoc definition, nothing is planned. On the side, whatever you think about the product, about cases, about the use cases, you start testing the thing. But not the correct way to do in the non-typical test reaction. So we have a requirement, we should come up with the test cases, and we have some couple of test cases, let's say like 1,000 or 3,000 test cases. Based on this, we're going to execute the test cases according to this requirement and run on the product. This is how in general it will be. Okay. Now, before running a test case, actually, we need to come up with a plan. Okay. So I told, I'll go back to my PPT. You see this, till now we just talking about the requirement analysis. So next phase is called test planning. Test planning. If you are good at plan, we can derive good test cases. Without test plan, you cannot write the test cases. That's the whole flow actually. So now we'll try to understand what is there in the plan. What is test plan basically? Why we need this plan? Why this is so important to us? It is basically very simple, Nancy. Let's suppose you are traveling from London to somewhere New York. Okay, you do some travel planning, right? Before booking the ticket, you do some travel planning. What is the plan? Let's say 1 week itinerary. I'm going to travel from this place, and I'm going to book hotels or see some of the sightseeing. This is basically your planning, right? So based on the plan, you're going to execute.
Yes.
Right. So the same what happens, the product is given to you, and they are given the FRD or BRD specification. Now as a tester, basically what is your plan? The simple question, so management team or what is your plan for this? Okay, so we don't have a direct answer for that because we need to understand the FRD or the document, BRD document first. Based on that, we're going to define one template. This is a very generic template, around 20 pages at least. So let me go through a couple of very important things like what we are going to cover in this. Okay. we go to this table of contents, verify. So what is the strategy for this whole to test the product? What is your strategy? You need to define the objective, you need to make sometimes the assumption or principle, what is the approach, is that what is the delivery time and how much time it takes, what is the milestones and what is the execution strategy, and when you're going to stop a testing, basically the basic question. So what is the entry criteria, what is the exit criteria, if it is a defect management, which tool you are going to use, what is the defect tracking, the reporting tool, and what is the management tool you are using, what is the process, what is the risk, what is the, if there is a risk, and what is the mitigation for that. So each and everything we need to document in this document. Generally, this is done by the manager or a lead. Or lead, because they understand the whole end-to-end of product in terms of delivery, right? So they understand, so they start writing. Or maybe sometimes here guys also start involving and start writing the template. This is something like a whole test plan execution for the full product. Suppose, for example, do something like let's talk something like key assumption. So when assumption, what is the assumption? So production level data required and be available in the system prior to start any functional testing. So what you guys are saying is, like before testing, right? Before start any functional testing, I need a production data.
Okay.
And then understanding production data. So production is something live data. So we need to request the team or the client basically to get the data. Okay, and we need to start based on data and to derive the test cases. And this is the assumption: data should be ready before we start executing. So in the same way, assumption will go: what is the functional test and what is the UAT, what is the principle, what is the data approach, right? So each and everything will go very in detail. And this also contains at what time you're going to complete your test cases and what time you're going to deliver to the next UAT team. You understand the UAT, we have all kinds of data testing.
Yes, UAT is the acceptance test.
UAT, yeah. So user acceptance testing generally is done by the outside the system where they're very close. Basically, they're client.
Yeah, basically the product. Basically, I used to do the UATs like the end of season.
Exactly. So as a UAT, generally do some use cases. Right? The UAT case will never do any negative test cases. Some use cases there.
UATs are very easy. Yeah.
Easy.
The basic
but the problem here, the problem here is we cannot. As a tester, we cannot think at the UAT level of art, testing the product. The whole idea is I told, right, going to be more negative and come up with very different cases to log a lot of varied bugs. The problem why we are doing this, because customer or UAT finds this issue. The next big question is this coverage or this test case or this use case either covered in your test plan or test case? The basic question they'll ask. So what we should do is, again, we should, as a tester, should go back to the test plan, go back to the test case. If it's not, then they think very differently, because you guys didn't catch because you didn't develop a test case. So this happens everywhere. We also we are working, right? So we have to ship a lot of buggy products sometimes. That's fine. So this implement goes. And it has what is your design process and now execution process. This is very in detail level. Probably what I should do is not the right time to explain in detail. First we cover the basics and we'll go this line by line. Because I showed in front of you, I showed the R&D product, everything is there. Only thing we need to come with a plan. So I don't want to deviate from the content here. So basically, test plan you think is a very art of the test execution, contains each and every detail, and that's how the basic you understand as of time. We're not going to detail as of now. So probably in the down the line, I'll come back to this test plan document. We'll go through line by line. Okay. Meanwhile, what I'll do, I'll share the document to you. Then you can also look at the document, why the document is done. Very to try to understand and be prepared in the next session so that
Yeah,
I
sure.
can solve a lot of your
Yeah.
questions basically.
Yeah,
I don't want to
because
just go theoretically keep talking. So probably next couple of classes it will be more interesting in terms of when you go to the basic level. So what
yeah,
I am
you
trying
can.
to make
Yeah, you can share me the documents. If I have any problem in document while reading in document understanding, then I can ask you. Yeah, that will be
Surely.
better rather than
Yeah.
to go by line by line.
Correct.
Okay.
So what I basically in today's session, what I'm targeting is need to understand the way I deliver, plus what really the contents are really good. If you feel I need some more detail, so we'll days now only, because in couple of days if I know what you are basically expertise other, then I can prepare accordingly and I can change. There's no rule that whatever the content I deliver I should deliver. So whatever I know based on my experience, what you are expecting, you can match it. You can it will be good actually. So like it. Okay, so this was something about test planning and next test case development. So do you have any idea test case development you have seen somewhere? Test case development or test scenario development.
Yeah, I saw like this like this field, this Excel I saw in my product. Yeah, and
Okay, great. Okay, so each company they follow their own use case or what they call scenario or a test case. What I'm going to teach here is like we come up with a scenario and then we define a test case. Okay. So what I need to say, so we have a scenario like this. So for a given scenario, right? For a given scenario, we are going to derive a lot of test cases. These are all kind of a test cases.
Okay.
Now the basic question, what is scenario? If you know scenario, you can derive test cases, right? You know the planning. You already know that what is there in test planning, and you know about the FRD, PRD, what I call. And now if you know scenario, I can derive this test case very easily. Okay. So what are scenarios basically? Scenarios, as you said, like in UAT, we do kind of a high level use case, right? It will be more or less that actually. So if you see the scenario ID, you can maintain the document. Each company, they maintain their own ID, so don't worry about this. This is basically a typical template. And what the scenario says is, let me maximize. This says something like, valid if the user is able to enter the RM HRM system with a successful user account. So what could be the typical test case we are going to derive from this single statement? Probably it can be 3 or 5, 10 or 100. It depends. But this guy is clearly saying that valid. These are valid, not a invalid cases. So these kind of scenarios we need to come up with by looking at this document. So when I say document is nothing but HRM document. So when you look at this screen, right? Sorry. Yeah, the screen, right? So basically, you need to come up with your scenario and start filling this template. And basic another good example. So valid if the user is able to edit the fields other than the following and save it. They are saying something like we have some edit screen and it's asking for some kind of a field like employee. You are able to edit or not. So he is saying that he is saying I can derive 20. So how do you derive? How do you came to the conclusion that I can derive 20 or 50 or 100? So it all depends. So we're going to come in the next session actually. By looking at the employee ID, the text box, right? So in the text box, we do a boundary value analysis. That's called the BVA, the boundary value analysis. So basically, when I go to the next session, something like testing types, methodology, or strategy, right? Then you'll understand it. Then understand how to derive a test case. So the scenario we're going to build like this, every scenario, and based on this scenario, we are going to derive the test cases. We're going to write the test cases. Now the question is how to write a test case. We have a separate template, so kind of Excel, and again the content, who created, who the project
Yes,
owner, what is
yes.
the reference document. I think you know this very well. So
Yes,
in
yes.
generally we maintain the document. This is kind of a process basically, kind of a
Yes.
process. So coming back to my scenario, test case ID, something like this. It says objective of this case is something like successful employee login to Orange HRM portal. When it is successful, 100% you should provide a valid user name and password. Correct, right? It's saying successful. Just now we logged into our Orange HRM by logging as admin, and also we tried in open source and it was not working. So there's some reason. So something like this, we need to derive the this document. You derive the test case, and we're going to write the test cases by filling this template. And once again, let me see the objective, the preconditions, the steps. When I say steps, right, it will be something like a baby steps. No, open Firefox browser, enter the URL. Which URL will be very very clear. Which URL, the Orange HRM URL. Enter the. So typically, what happens is something like a tedious job, like you start filling, writing test case, more of a document.
Yes.
More of a document. So remember that till now application is not in front of you. We have only document, we have test and somebody is created in your team or a management or a lead somebody is created. Based on this, we have to derive the test case. So this is very tedious and this is the way the testing life is actually. So you need to start deriving the cases and start documenting. It may take months together or weeks together based on the use case or scenarios, right? You need to keep on documenting. Okay.
Yes.
But the another problem is there because let's say there are 4,000 tests in your application. Okay, for Orange HRM, typical Orange HRM, we cannot maintain this 4,000 test case in Excel sheet. Do you think that make any sense to maintain 4,000 or 10,000 test cases? How are we going to track it basically? What I'm trying to say is like tomorrow I'll ask you like go to this module and pick the test cases. When I say let's say go to performance module and give me the test cases. Can you tell me how many tests are there? So you can't really do that. You need to do control F, go to different sheets, really difficult to do the management process. Let's say test management process. So that's the reason we have something like TestLink. 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 TestLink is the open source tool to manage your test case. It's very simple. Okay. So I don't want to again confuse you. So the thing that we have planning, we have distribution, we have document, we do a lot of metrics collection. Like for one requirement, how much skills you derive. So how are we going to do a metrics for this? So everything is actually captured with this document. So we'll talk about this later when we come to the test case management. So we are not going to. I'll ask you to write test case and maintain 4,000 test case in Excel sheet. It's not good to do that. But as a basic to the testing this one, right? You need to understand typically how it got evolved and how the company uses. Company no one uses Excel sheet. They come to. I'm not telling they use only TestLink. They might use QC. There is a Bugzilla to track the things and everything. So that's another way. So as a basic, as I said, you understand this, like how to derive and how to document the test cases. Okay. Till now, fine. I mean, you're able to.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Because it was moreover, I saw all these things, so it's easy for you to understand.
Yeah. Okay. So next comes like something like we are ready with the test cases. Let's say I'm ready. I'll give one example. I'm ready with around 20 or 30 test cases. Okay. 4 test cases. I'm ready with the 4 test cases. And let's say somebody has deployed the build and is up and running. And you have to execute the things now. Now this is called as the execution phase. Okay. So I'll tell you probably while going in detail, like what execution phase, what generally we have in real time, how pitchings, like what is the build and who deploys the build and where it is deployed, and those things I'll try to cover the separate module wise. I don't want to jumble at this moment. To understand this, we have a document we have ready with the plan, we are ready with the scenario, we are ready with the test case, and now now going to execute the things. This is like execution phase. So how we are going to execute the thing? So see, to execute, the first requirement is application should be up and running, right? The application should be up and running. So where is that application? Application is hosted somewhere. Put somewhere in your network. Okay. And based on the test case, you are going to execute the your test case. I mean, the application. So what the test case is there, right? In test case, first you should log into the application. You will have seen something like open URL, login panel, username, and password. Everything is going to capture. Okay. Now the problem, we see one negative case. Let's say you gave valid username password, and but still it is not taking you to the application. That is our live example, right? For open source demo. So you enter admin, it is not taking me to the login page. Dashboard page or landing page. Basically, we call it landing page. Means do you think there is some problem here? According to test case, when I say admin, it should log into the system, correct? But it's not logging.
There will be a problem.
Yeah, problem in the sense it's purely a bug. Though I entered admin caps and admin as to the password field, I am not able to log into the system. It's a bug now. Now the thing is how you are going to track a bug. We call it the bug life cycle. Okay, so I don't want to explain the bug life cycle as of now. Based on the process and the template wise, I have another template called as execution. Okay, defect report orange HN. Okay, here what we do is we are going to log the defect. Log the defect means I follow this step. Okay, and I'm not able to log into the application. So what was the problem? Problem was, though I entered admin and admin with the correct username and password, it is throwing me invalid credentials. This is wrong. Actually, it should take me to the landing page. This is not happening. So this is very high critical severity priority. So when we talk about what is severity, what is priority, how do you define a priority, how do you define a severity, these things in bug tracking life cycle. Okay, this is again vast. So I don't want to deviate the things once again. So basically, what we are trying to do is we are trying to execute the test cases, but I found a bug. The problem is if you found the bug, then how you are going to track the bug? To track the bug, I have separate template. I'm going to log using this template. Okay. So again, I'll come to the basic question. Let's say we have executed 100 test cases. Let's put it under something like this. So we executed 100 test cases. Okay, we found 50 bugs. Correct? 50 bugs across the modules. When I say across module, it can be anything. Maybe we saw right. A lot of modules available in the study across the module. Now management or somebody will ask you a question. Hey, can you tell me what priority or severity bugs you found? What are priority P1? Basically, they call it P1 or S1 or P2, S2, something like that. And can you tell me what is your overall execution percentage and completion? So what I'm trying to say is like by looking at this test case, right? I mean, this template, right? In Excel, especially, it's very difficult to manage things. Down the line, it's very difficult to manage things. That's the reason we have some like Bugzilla. I think you said you know Bugzilla, right?
Yes.
A bug tracking tool. Bug is a simple bug tracking tool. So we use Bugzilla to this is a tool. We use this tool to track all your bugs. For a given test case, you execute it. Is there any issue? You log in and log through a Bugzilla and maintain. We have something like a report section over here in Bugzilla, and reports are very easy. Just fill the filter or do some kind of filters. Automatically, you will get all kinds of reports. This is very easy to make. So nobody will maintain in Excel. Nobody will maintain in Excel. So what I'm trying to say is like when you complete the course, you'll be more comfortable in using Bugzilla, not the Excel template. You are not following Excel. That's still fine for me because I told right, we'll go to the basic stuff and I'll show you the very negative impacts. And at the same time, what is the best way we can use? Is there any tool available? Yes, tools are there. This is how the company does.
Yes.
Okay. This is how the company does. So when I go back to my, so this is how it says like requirement to planning, to test case development, to environment setup, execution, and the closure activity. This is the overall, your testing life cycle process. This is how it goes. So that's what I was trying to communicate. Same thing, the planning, outdoor test case scenario, execution defect, status reporting, or whatever. So most of the time, what people use, they use QC or testing, and at the same time Bugzilla to see the health of the product. If you see out of 100, I'll come back to the same position. Out of 100, 50 bugs you log. Do you think that the product is shippable to the customer? There are a lot of T1 S1 issues. No. So how do you gauge or how do you see the health of the product? So this happens only when you have a good tools in front of you. These are very good tools. Probably you can really see the things and you can communicate them. This is not the correct way or this is not the exit criteria for me because I see a lot of buggies and a lot of bugs in the product. There's a lot of even S1 issues. Really, we can't deliver this product to the customer. So this is how okay. So probably more idea when we start go with the basics of it. Okay. So till now you are able to catch the way. It's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What I'll do, I'll share this document. So, and in the next session, what I should do is I should start with a very base, like what is testing, why testing is so important, like what are the testing types, what are the fundamentals, techniques, methodology. So we'll work very closely with those definitions and we'll try to fit like where I can use these kind of testing types in our live testing that we are going to design.
Yeah, basically I need to understand all the live scenario because for this definition and all I can read also and all I can understand. So basically more over practical thing. I just want to do. Okay.
So what I was trying to communicate, I explained in such a way that the process basically, what company generally follow the process. We have, I think you got a very big process, the scenario, test case and everything. So now we'll try to jump into the process. We'll go deep to this process, like one module-wise module, and we'll try to define, what these, testing types, when they use, very low level detail. We'll try to cover it too.
Okay. So how will you share with me this document on my email ID or is there any link you have?
Generally, I use Dropbox. Let me check it. Generally, I use Dropbox actually. It's the thing in direct. So I can start it actually. I'll put it in Dropbox.
Okay, you will share the link. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share the link. Probably I need your Gmail account, any account, Gmail or any account.
Yeah, Gmail ID. My Gmail ID I can give you.
You can ping me the Gmail ID. Probably I'll share in a couple of hours once I reach office. I can do that.
Okay. You are in right now in like a Delhi or a Mumbai?
I'm in Bangalore.
Oh, you are in Bangalore. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
So what I will do, also I thought of talking about something like for automation also. I didn't want to, confuse as of now. You want any basic idea for the automation? I can talk something like the course content. So probably will be better you get an idea like what we are going to cover in automation.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So coming to the automation, right? So there are a lot of tools available in the market. Probably you might be knowing like Qtip is very one of the popular functional automation tool where people got using with VB scripting and all. You have heard, right? Qtip is the Quick Test Professional.
Yes.
Yeah. And now it is called as something like UFP. Like HP took the company. I mean, it was from Mercury Interview. They were handling this earlier. Now they acquired that, and HP is basically handling the sales and even the development. Basically, overall, product they are handling. Okay. There are a lot of tools, but I'm not going to discuss about those. But you should know there are tools something like field test complete. There is something like testing anywhere, Windrunner, Roadrunner. There are a lot of tools available.
Yeah, if you know one tool, I think so. It like other tools are all the same or almost same.
No. See, when it comes to the functional tool, yes, I agree. More or less, it will be same. The problem here is when I say Qt Pirate, Qt always works with VB script, something like Visual Basic Script.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to Selenium is a very interesting tool actually.
Okay.
If you are good at Java, you can automate with Java. If you are at PHP, you are good at what you call Perl or any OOPS concept like Ruby, you can start automating using Selenium.
Okay.
So what we cover in our session is we cover with Selenium and Java.
Okay.
Combination Selenium and Java. When it is Selenium, what other tools you are going to learn in Selenium? So we need to learn a lot of third-party dependent tools, something like WebDriver, Selenium IDE, TestNG, and AutoAI, Wget. There are a lot of tools that I need to cover a lot of scenarios in automation. There are a lot of use cases out there. We want to cover that.
Okay.
So at the end of the session, we'll take one live application, very live application. This time I'll take Anko time track, basically a time tracker tool. We'll take application and I'll give you some color scenarios to automate the whole product. Automate the whole product. So that is the way we will take a live use case. Okay. So come to syllabus, right? We talk something about locator, Selenium IDE, TestNG, and we also talk about some of the framework, Jenkins, Selenium Bridge, everything we'll talk about. This typically is a very vast topic. So I need to go very slowly in terms of this automation and a lot of technical things involved. It depends on even I need to do a setup in your machine also. Probably I'll do some steps. We need to configure each and everything slowly when it comes to the automation. It is a long way.
And yeah, you can if anything I should know, then only I can learn easily Selenium. You can send me some links also so that I can read and better understand. Before you start tomorrow, you are giving me that so that I can previously read and understand better. Okay.
Okay. Okay, that we do actually. Down the line as we move it, so the code can move. So probably before starting automation in advance, probably maybe 4 or 5 days, I'll have to come up with the Java basics, try to understand. Go to different blogs and try to understand what is Selenium, what is WebDriver, what's happening, read what's happening. You can easily know that. I'll share this. I'll be online in Google. You can see me anytime. So when I am free, I'll just bring you the details as required.
Okay.
So you don't need to wait for a class or session.
Sure. I have sent you a link too.
Okay.
My email ID.
Sure. I'll put that in a Dropbox and I'll share it. Not a problem.
Okay. Sure.
And this is something like once we complete our course, automation course, we're going to come up with a framework. You understand the framework?
Yes. Yes.
Something like data-driven framework, hybrid-driven framework, or something like modular-driven framework. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm going
to.
Yes, good. So I'm going to represent this, this flow. Based on this, we are going to derive our, the framework from that. So I have a lot of videos. Okay, I made of videos. It's very, very difficult to write the code. I took at least 2 months to do this. So I have very less time. Within 4 hours, I need to explain you the from scratch. So what I'll do, I'll have a couple of I made a videos. I'll probably run these videos from scratch. It will try to explain the thing. At the same time, you should practice it.
Okay.
Whatever I say, you practice offline. Then only you'll understand clearly. Otherwise, it will be a big problem. End of the day, it will be very too much actually for us.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things you're going to learn, and you also need to prepare on, as you said, I'm going to try for interviews, right? So that's how I will help you out in terms of how to get a job, basically how to clear a interview.
Interview.
So
Okay.
interview. So that are slowly we'll try to cover then and there. I don't know, take at the end and shoot 100%. So let's take tomorrow. I'll take on basic like basic what you call panel testing module. I'll take and start explaining, and I'll ask a couple of questions in that and try to clear the somewhere you can note it down. So probably then as and when you go right, I'm going to prepare with a lot of questions. So that indirectly also try to understand the testing at the same time you're going to prepare for your the interviews also in one shot. So that may help you understand. So don't always think okay, preparing interviews is a different tip actually, but you should be very strong in basics, very strong in the basics. Strong in basics, I think it's really you can clear. It's not big deal.
Okay? Yes.
I believe so far is good. Like you understand the basic about the syllables in what we call in manual testing as well as in automation frameworks or whatever. So actually tomorrow I would like to start from scratch. Like we'll go with manual testing.
Okay.
I have a lot of PPTs to share. We'll go with that. Start doing the things.
Sure.